So now I've cleaned up my drawing a little bit. I've made the lines a little bit thicker, and now I'm going to take whatever paintbrushes I have at home, which I have these two paintbrushes, and then I have my water here, and yes, you see my quarter here, and this is my desk. But then you see I have a palette of paper. I mean a palette of paint. So now I'm going to mix some paint, and for portraits, what you can do is if you have white and yellow and red, you can basically make portrait color paint for your face. And then I'm going to use these with a thin brush. So the thicker brush I'm going to use to paint my face, and then I have a thin brush which I'm going to use the strokes for Van Gogh. So I'm going to mix some paint here. So I have some white, I have some yellow, and I have some red, and I can make a portrait color. And you'll see it's going to be very similar to the pink that I have next to me, which I can use. If you don't have that, you can just use this. And I'm just going to do a little bit of paint on my face, and then you can continue to do the rest, and I'll just show you an example of how to get to the point where you're making strokes and it can look like Van Gogh. So now I'm going to start painting my face. Okay, and I'm going to make sure that I keep painting and just do a light coat of paint for your face, and make sure that you can paint the whole face, and just a light coat of paint. You can leave the background even a little bit empty, or leave some white spaces. So I'm going to go into my nose now and keep painting. And when you paint, you can do thick brush strokes, but make sure that you are mindful of what area you're working on. Okay. I'm not going to finish this whole painting, but I'm just trying to show you how to get started so that you can start working on more painting techniques. So I'm adding some white here because that's where a highlight could be on your face. And then I'm making it a little bit lighter. I'm blending my paint still. I'm probably, trying to add some more color on my face. Okay, a little bit darker shades on the side. Okay, and then I'm going to paint my forehead. And then I'm going to add in the Van Gogh kind of strokes that he was famous for. I'll go back to this painting, and then so now I'm going to use my water, and I'm going to wash out my brush. And then I'm going to take a little bit of water and then add some paints to this. I'm going to take a little bit of this color, which is kind of nice. And I'm going to try and dry it a little bit off so it doesn't blend in to the paint, and make sure my my face is a little bit dry at that time. So I'm just going to start adding in some brush strokes. And then I can add them in to wherever I would like. And you don't have to be perfect about this. And it's just a feeling of expression. So I'm going to continue adding on some more brush strokes, paint. And you can even mix your colors a little bit to make it more artistically expressed. But Van Gogh basically used his brushstrokes to emit a feeling, and you can make it that you're using the brushstrokes to create shade or balance in your painting. So I'm going to add in some green because I know Van Gogh loved green, and I'm going to rinse off my brush. Okay, and then make sure to wipe off the water, and then take a whole scoop of green, and then kind of dry it off, and then this one is a little bit translucent, and I know, why is it weird putting green on a face? But actually green was an underlaying of how painters used to use an underlay, and then they would create the color on top of that in the Renaissance. So I just want to add in some green in my palette and make it stand out. So now I have some techniques that I can use because Van Gogh did them, and put some more color into my painting. I'm not perfect with Van Gogh, but you know, you don't have to be perfect either, but it creates a really nice actual painting. So as you can see, it's starting to look kind of like how I feel like I want it to look by using the strokes of color. So now you can continue and just have fun. So that's it for today, and I hope you create an amazing Van Gogh art piece for yourself. Thank you so much for listening.